Kana Hobnobby relatives, Membiwa Tehushka Opemiha. Welcome back to the channel. As you can see on the screen, the name of the channel is Opemiha Sioux Nation Kasloki. When you do come to the channel, please subscribe and like the videos. And as always, relatives, much appreciation to you all. I came on here today to I had a request about doing the Ohio River Valley for the let me pull it back up here. The Free Negro Heads of Family, 1830 by Carter G. Woodson. All right, so I want to kind of do it. We're going to hit Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, and Pennsylvania. So I believe that's covers a lot of the Ohio River Valley area. All right, y'all. So first state here that you see on the screen is Illinois, and it's going to be Clark County. And the first one is going to be in Clark County, John Evans, Jack Hansen. Clinton County, the town of Carly. We got Jacob Shavers, Thomas Gaines, George Dixon, Benjamin Jones, James Reed, Anthony Gaines, Blueford Curtis, Henry Penderson, Robert Withrow, Reuben Pettiford, John C. Pendergrass, Richard Pendergrass, Daniel Mayhew, James Curtis. All right, next we have Crawford County. Only person there, Henry Musgrave. Next is Edgar County. We got Alan Williams. All right, next we're going to Edwards County. We got Harry Thompson, Gilbert Burris, James Buckner, Matthew Luther, Edward Black, Abraham Tolafero, Charles Chameleon, Archibald Mitchell, Nathan Brown, William Mitchell. Fayette County, Illinois. Cupid Smith, Frankie, Jonathan Ward. Franklin County, Illinois. William Burns, Solomon Russell, Crawford Burns, John Ellis, Daniel Russell, Samuel Speed. Next we got Greene County, Illinois. Benjamin Pendleton, Nathaniel Smith, Old Strap. Hamilton County, Indiana. We got Shawneetown. Benjamin Hubbard, John Smothers, Troy Bird, Lily Brown, Clary Blue. All right, let's scroll back up. And next is going to be Shawnee Township. Isaac Arthur, John Caldwell, Reuben Skelton, Cecilia Dalton, Obadiah Copeland, Daniel Narrington, Samuel Caldwell, David Demery, Samuel Ford. All right, next we got Craven Rock Township. Benjamin Stratton. Next we got Equality Township. Rebecca McAllister, Nellie Ferguson, Isham Cheek, Basil Bell, Louisa Anderson, Charles Mitchell, Robert Porter, Betsy McAllister, Gracie Clark, Jesse Prater, Ruff Ramsey, William McAllister, Robert Casey, Asben Bentley, Hanzo McAllister, Samuel Caldwell, Harry Arrington, Joseph Caldwell, John-Yo Cammons. Monroe Township. We got Pamprey Tabor, Zachariah Tabor, Isham Mitchell, Zachariah Evans, Isham Humphrey again, and Alexander Stewart. All right, next we got Jackson County, Indiana. Barney Stewart, somebody named Aaron, Willie Chavis, Woodson Chavis, and then Juliet. Joe Davies County, Illinois. Francis Creeker, Nancy Johnson, Winifred. Lawrence County, Illinois. We got Julian Florence, Ezekiel Anderson, Caleb Anderson, Enoch Jones, Judson Goying, J. Day, N. Pettiford, W. Day, B. Roberts, S. Morris, C.N. Anderson, Jason Goin. All right, let's scroll back up. All right, continuing on, we have A. Anderson, M. Morris, Joshua Anderson, Jas Porter, Isaac Porter, Obed Goin, Elihu Cole, Austin Tan, John Porter, Edward Goin, Jack Butter, Pinchard Mason, Jack Sheldon. All right, next is Madison County. We got William Barton, Robert McKee, Jesse Roberts, Jesse Price, William Crawford, Robert Crawford, Michael Lee, John Livingston, Samuel Vandenberg, Peter Jenner, Thomas Ellsworth. All right, next we're going to Morgan County, Illinois. We got Samuel Titus, Peoria County, Illinois, Joseph Galls, Parker Moore, Lucy Roundtree. Next is Peoria and Putnam counties and territory attached. We got Charles Owen, Billy Caldwell. Polk County, Illinois, Jack Barker, Charles Mondale, Captain Swan, David Holland, Matthew Scott, Reddick Williams. Next is Randolph County, Illinois, Ternando Wright, Robert Cowles, Jack Backus, Carmela Wright, Gene Morris, Odell LaBush. We got Francis Morrison, Phoebe Morrison, Hannah Bann, Harry Fulton, Nancy Gaston, Thomas Burns, Mary LaCompte, Charlotte Damore, Ellen Degonia, Margaret Lovere. All right, let's go down. See, this continues. Yes. We got Cynthia Blaze, Antoinette Pratt, Josiah Barker or Baker, Jack Gaston, Dice Porter, Alexander, Solomon Wallander, William Hunter, Simon Hood, Julia Picar, Gabriel LaFleur, Jarrett Wilkinson, Flora Levins. All right, next we're going to St. Clair County, Illinois. We got Lane Demure, John Chaffis, Fanny Sawyer, Emmanuel Wilkinson, Daniel Padfield, Austin Lucas, Isham Jenner, James Singleton, Samuel Wilson. All right, let's scroll back up. All right, next is John Connor, Lydia Titus, John Demery, William Scott, Henry Jackson, Alexander Coleman, Diana West, Henry Nelson, Richmond Treeman, Ben Dennis, Nelson Pendleton, Warwick Moore, Reuben Howard, Larry Waller, Francis Pleasant, Tage DeShields, Jeremiah Martin, William Clark, Anthona Verzette, William Barrett, John Barrett, William Chaffis, Peter Sidis. Next we got Union County, Illinois. We got Robert Robinson. All right, let's scroll over a little bit. Scroll back up. Robert Robertson, Beverly Brown, Jacob Artis, author Allen, Joseph Ivy. Vermilion County, Illinois. We got John Garter. Washington County, Illinois. We got George McFarland, Lennon Parks. White County, Illinois. We got Marshall Mitchell, Frederick Hammonds, Jesse Day, Joshua Davis, Samuel Day, Catherine Rawlings, William Rounce, Jury Harrison, Henry Brody, Millie Benny, Levy Morgan. All right, relatives, so that is the first part of this. That is the Free Negro Heads of Families 1830 census. Again, we're doing the Ohio River Valley, and we started off with the state of Illinois. All right, relatives, let's go ahead and hit part 2. Now we're going to get into Indiana. Let's get it. All right, relatives, so We're back on the Free Negro Heads of Family, 1830 census by Carter G. Woodson. And we're going to hit the state of Indiana. Like I told you before, we're doing Ohio, River Valley. So let's get it. All right, first we got Allen County, Fort Wayne Township, and we got Benjamin James. Next, we're going to have Bartholomew County, Indiana, Nancy Tyler, James Minor. Cass County, Logansport, Indiana, Benjamin Tolbert. Clark County, northeast of the state road leading from McDonald's Ferry to Brownstown, Indiana, Benjamin Langford, Catherine Cox, Moses Case, Benjamin Gritton, Moses Tyra, James Bailey, Robert Franklin, George Panther. All right, next you're going to southwest of the state road leading from McDonald's Ferry to Brownstown, Charlestown Township. Rob Jefferson, William Black, James Black, Susan, Julian Sullivan, Samuel Washington, Nero, Peter Leatherman, Sally, Old Billy, Letty Moore, John Jones, Dina Scott, Nut Peters, Henry Miller, Samuel Brown, Peter, Sam, Lucy Brown, Harvey, Jenny James, Simon Patterson, Nancy Frame, Peter Shook, Anthony Downs, Thomas Cook, Patty, Lucinda New. And next we're going to Clay County, Indiana, Cannon Gowen. Scroll back up, see who else. Next we're going to Davies County, Indiana, Isaac Hawkins, Jacob Hawkins, Robert Collins, Arthur McGill, David Booker, George White, Buck Ballo, Thomas McGill. Next we're going to Dearborn County, Lawrenceburg Township, Venona Dixon, H.W. Harris, Thomas Record, Henry Short. All right, next we're going to Manchester Township, Martha Carey, Spencer Curtis, John Curtis, Samuel Curtis, David Moore. Next we're going to Longley Township, John Davis, Decatur County, Indiana, Llewellyn Joseph. Fayette County, Indiana, Peter Black, William Cambridge, William Trail, John Griffin, William Durr. Floyd County, Indiana, Thos Ross, or Ross, Henry Mild, Henry Stewart, William Morris, Samuel Harris, Maston Finley, John Finley, Samuel Leach, Isaac Robertson, Simon Yoister, Peter Ross, Patsy Martin, Edward Jackson, Samuel Martin. We got Randall Milton, Wilson Weaver, John Barrett, Wesley Brown, Stephen Scott, Caesar Finley, Joseph Finley. All right, let's head back up. New Albany, Indiana, Pendleton Mitchum, Washington Carter, Elijah Campbell, Jesse Flood, Thomas Cook, Moses Nickens, Wright Pettifoot, Anthony Medad, Anthony Woodward, Lime Nickens, David Mitchum, William Lewis, John Finney, Gabriel Baldwin, Arthur Mitchum, John Campbell, Isom Mitchum, Nelson Mitchum, Barnaby Porter, James Troblood, Absalom Tyrell, John Finley. Fountain County, Indiana, James Adams. Franklin County, Indiana, Thomas Bruin, Hensford Bruin, Thomas Bruin, John Cambridge, Elizabeth Cambridge, David Duke, Dina, John Delaney, Stephen Hall, Thomas Maltson, Francis Maltson, Ned, John Cena, and York. All right. Next, we're going to Gibson County, Indiana. John Gregory, Tucson Glasgow, Charles Green, Wesley Endicott, Millie Sharper, Richard Foster. All right, next we're going to Greene County. We got Julius Bunch, Samuel Nolan, John Mitchell, York Jones, Israel Bunch, Claiborne Bunch, Shadrick Moore, James Bunch. All right, let's keep it moving. Next, we are going to, I believe it is, Harrison County, Blue River Township, Hardin Denham, Sandus Burris, Harrison Township, we got Harry Finley, Carriedon, Indiana, Michael Mitchum, Keziah Hancock, Agnes Mitchum, Jacob Jurin, Bright Mitchum, Mildred Mitchum, Charles Pittman, James Mitchum, Jesse Mitchum, Molly Mitchum, Susan Mitchum, Thomas Mitchum, Thompson Mitchum. All right, next we're going to Boone Township, Indiana, John Welsh, Charlotte Brown. Posey Township, Indiana, Moses Jenkins. Henry County, Indiana, Jesse Gibson, Peter Winslow, Isom Thurham, David Charles. Jackson County, Driftwood Township, Indiana, Joseph Hawley, Henry Cushy. Case Township, we got Jordan Harris. Salty Creek Township, we got Barry Gowen, Claiborne Gayen, Claiborne Gowen Sr. Next, we're going to hit Browntown Township, Indiana, Samuel Brown, Benjamin Thornton, Anthony Sladen, Kane Dockery, Robert Mitchum. All right, next we're going to Reading Township, John Bird, Malachi Chavis, Sip Latherman. Jackson Township, Mary Bennett, Zelfie Albertson, Richard White, Samson Bug, Richard Copland, Moses Parks, Luke Newby, Peter Elliott. Jefferson County, exclusive to Lancaster Township, Indiana, Amos Phillips, William Gray, William Smith, Gibb Stafford, Enoch Burke, Fountain Freeman, Jack Johnson, H.H. Davis, Peter Freeman, Lewis Evans, Miller Stafford, Matthew Todd, Charles Griffin, James Davison, George Penn. All right, let's keep rolling. Adam Griffin, Spencer King, Stephanie Stratford, Joshua Reagan, Samson Reagan, William Hood, James Brown, Josiah Day. All right, let's scroll back up, see who we got. All right, Jacob Jackson, Samuel Smart, Philip Hudson, Lena Lynch, Daniel Clay, Andrew Howard, George Burke, Thomas Simmons, William Bolin, John Crosby, Adam Moore, Jonathan Brody, John Stepp, Bill Jackson, Henderson Jackson, Marianne Jenkins. All right. Next, we're going to Jennings County, Vernon, Geneva, and Columbus Townships, Indiana. We got Henry Turman, Aaron Wallace, Catherine Wood, Dennis Carsey, Ephraim Carsey, Anna Booker, Stephen Carsey, James Risby, Robert Lloyd, Alexander Dixon. All right, y'all, let's keep it moving. Knox County, Indiana. We got Bag Annans, Prince Allen, Daniel Brown, Millie Baldwin, John Basadin, George Birch, Joseph Butler, Jesse Chinner, Peter Cody, Mark Cronrod, Jesse Cox, Patsy Daniel, Charles Embry, John Embry, Caesar Embry, John Embry, Miles Embry, Susan Fellon, Joseph Huffman, Francis Hill, Absalom Hughes, David Howard, Francis Jackson, Patsy Jones, James Johnston, Thomas Junkin, Philip Jones, Philip Johns, William Knight, George Lamont, Louis McLean, Simon Mayho, Peter McNeely, Jesse Newton, Nathaniel Newton, Charles Posey, James Parker, Toussaint Powers, Francis Powers, Toussaint Page, Pompey Rose, Robert Rose, Aaron Ritchie, Samuel Ritchie, Edmund Ritchie, Edward Sims, Willis Springs, Henry Springs, James Stewart, Willis Silas. We got James Smith, Louis Swinnett, Jonathan Taylor, John Walker, Abram Walker, Black Weason. All right, we'll scroll back up, see who we got next. All right, we got Samuel Clark, Mark Florence, Lawrence County, Indiana. Abraham Jones, Samuel Wilcox, Dives Williams, Andrew Jackson, David Mitchell, Reuben Henry, Henry Love, LZ Patton, David McGraw, Charles Davis. All right, next we're going to Madison County, Indiana. Money Sellers. Marion County, Center Township. We got David Mallory, Samson Leatherman, Samuel Brown, China Lively, Harry Perry, James Overall, John Tucker, John Partridge. Perry Township, Indiana, Daniel Harris. Martin County, Indiana, Jesse Wood. Monroe County, Indiana, Andrew Ferguson, Nobby Baker, James Roberts, Evan Stewart, Dixon Stewart, Simeon Goins, John Goins, Hillia Woodfork, Jordan Cornett. All right, next we're going to Morgan County, Indiana. John Goss, Elizabeth Griffin, James Langford, John Reed Jr. Orange County, Indiana. Peter Clendenin, Moses Lucas, Charles Going, Francis Clement, Squash Collins, Alexander Husband, Solomon White, Moses Archer, Henry Tremont, Thomas Clark, Peter Lindley, Benjamin Roberts, Jordan Anderson, Eliza Roberts, Ishmael Roberts, Richard Roberts, Kitchen Roberts, David Detched, and Orchard Greenwich. All right, next we go into Owen County, and it says, except the townships of Wagner and Montgomery, Indiana, Isaac Newton, Richard Walton, Aaron Roberts, Pardon Roberts, Jesse Gittin, Claiborne Harris, Hayden Harris, Benjamin Bass, William Cables, Isaac Freeland. Perry County, Indiana, we got Clark Township, Silas Carter, Benjamin Allen. All right, let's scroll down and finish this up. See who else we got. Pike County, Washington Township, Indiana, we got Achilles Booker. Jefferson Township, Indiana, Robert Harrison. Randolph County, West River Township, Richard Robbins, James Stevens, Thomas Wilkins, Jeremiah Terry. White River Township, we got John Williams, John Demery, Samuel Noah, Alan Davis, Peter Holland, William Lewis. All right, next we're going to Stony Creek Township, Indiana, Benjamin Outland and Samuel Outland. Greens Fork Township, Indiana, Gordon Alexander, Ezekiel Lewis, Collier Simpson. Rush County, Indiana, we got James Roberts, William Harmon, Anthony Roberts, Edmund Carey, Elijah Roberts, Daniel Scott, Willis Roberts, Joseph Lancaster, George Williams, Josiah Williams, James Gilmore, Celia Williams, James McCowan, Archibald McCowan. Next, we're going to Scott County, Indiana. Adam Edwards, Robert Houston, John Kane. Spencer County, Rockport, Indiana. We got Sarah. Sullivan County, Indiana. Isaac Goins, Judah Henney, James Calloway, Patrick Smith, Lutch Hill, James Brazenek. Switzerland County, Indiana. We got Edward Clark, Winnie Hawksclaw, Joseph Smith. Union County, Indiana. Joe Roberts, Susanna Taylor, Joseph Roberts, King Tanner, Rainer Simmons, Sandy Gavin, Rachel Groans, Humphrey Bobson. All right, let's scroll back up and see what we got. Black May, Gabriel Moore, Vanderburgh County, Indiana. George Washington, Thomas McDaniel, Henry Beatty, Beatty, Sion Bass, Nelson Bass. Vermilion County, Indiana. Spencer Edwards. Vigo County, Indiana. Benjamin Bushnell, Joseph Artis, Brian Thomas, Joseph Wilson, Joseph Patterson. Merritt Smith, Mark Florence, Dot Bass, Bryce Cousins, Andrew Lewis, Adam Riley, Jethro Bass, Matthew Stewart, Thomas Wilson, Isaac Beatty or Beatty, Charles Beatty, Sela Beatty, Adam Riley. All right, next we're going to Washington County, Indiana. David Cousins, Benjamin Bland, Leonard Jones, Elizabeth Cousins, James Burkett, James Burnham, Sela White, Benjamin Christie, John Coyne, Isaac Parker, Rachel Outland, Thomas Conatant, Hudson Mitchell, Vincent Oakey, Jones Job, or Job, David Mitchell, William Lamb, James Mitchell, Gilbert Lamb, James Waters, Obadiah Mitchell, James Random, William Bass, Dinah Cloud, Harriet McGee, Philip Gooden, Rebecca Demon, Darky White, Henry Mitchell, Sally Mitchell, Barry Lawrence, James Starks, John Weaver, Isaac Johnson, Richard Christie, Jesse Wallace. All right, next we're going to Wayne County, Indiana, Wayne Township, Edward Outland, John Smothers. All right, just moving on over. All right, let's go back up, finish this off. Samuel Jones, John Toney, William Benlow, Andrew Robbins, George Newby, Tony Overman Jr., Nimrod Sibley, Joseph Berry, Cornelius Overman, Matthew Lewis, Manuel Black, Nathaniel McGuire, Celius Kibbe, Basil Bates, David Porter, Nathaniel Overman, George Hawkins, Tony Overman, William Sibby, Benjamin Skipreth, William Cook, Thomas Albertson, Charles, let me see here. Charles Overman, my bad, Nathaniel Ward, Joe Herder, Solomon Harris, Elizabeth Lawrence, Daniel Doyle, Jeremiah Vistal, Isabel Britton, James Shipper, Robert Ward, Matthew Clavers, Thomas Lewis, William Lewis, John Lewis, Richard Robbins, Charles Edwards, Zebder Chamblin, George Baker, George Smith, Aaron White, Warpen Greenlee, George Sanders, James Boyd, Jacob Fuller, Richard Fuller, Joe Epps, Maria Lewis, Samuel Noah, Isaac Toney, George Clark. All right, Jackson Township, Indiana, Reuben Sawyer, Isaac Fuller, Edward Peel, Zangle Elliott, William Clark. All right, Green Township, Indiana, Robert Scott, Stephen McCullough, Charity Williams, Jacob Bell. All right, next we got New Garden Township, Richard Chappell or Capel, Farabee White, Diver Watkins, Andrew Turner, Esquire Clary. All right, and last is Center Township, Indiana, Henry Bowman, Wright Bass, Edward Hubbard, Paige Wright, Dick Smith. All right, relatives, so that was Indiana, Free Negro Heads of Families, 1830 census, and we will do a second part where we'll do Ohio and Kentucky together. And appreciate everyone for checking out the video. Take care. Peace.